The suffering of Gaza's people has been unfolding for nearly a century. Before 1948, what we know as Gaza was part of a much larger district, 3 times its current size, with a population of around 60,000 people. It was a land of vibrant villages, fertile fields, and a rich cultural heritage. But everything changed with the Zionist attacks of 1947 to 1948. And following the Nakba, the catastrophe, when the Zionists violently expelled hundreds of thousands of Palestinians from their homes, Gaza was reduced to a narrow strip, roughly 40 kilometers long and 10 kilometers wide. Its population swelled to 200,000 as refugees fled Zionist violence and destruction. Many of these refugees came from areas of wider Gaza that were erased or replaced by Israeli settlements. The Palestinian town of Suqir became Ashdod, Najd turned into Sderot, and Al-Jura was transformed into Ashkelon. Between 1948 and 1967, Gaza was placed under Egyptian administration, but life remained harsh for Palestinians. Then, in 1967, Israel seized Gaza during the Six-Day War and imposed military rule. By then, the population had grown to 394,000 people, with at least 60% of that number being refugees from other parts of Palestine. In the years that followed, Israel built 17 illegal settlements in Gaza, housing 10,000 settlers who were given occupation of the most fertile and strategically important areas. Meanwhile, Palestinians in Gaza were pushed further into poverty, with no hope of returning home. Still, resistance to occupation grew stronger, and facing mounting pressure, Israel dismantled its Gaza settlements in 2005. Yet this was no act of liberation. The settlers were simply relocated to other occupied Palestinian territories in the West Bank. Gaza remained under siege, its borders sealed, its airspace and coastline controlled, and its people trapped in what is commonly called the world's largest open-air prison. By 2023, Gaza's population had grown to approximately 2.3 million people, with 1.8 million classified as refugees. Then, in October 2023, Israel launched its most devastating assault in Gaza and began the deadliest chapter of its history.
This is my grandson. I don't know where his mother is. He's just 20 days old.
By March 2025, most of Gaza lies in ruins, and over 50,000 Palestinians have been killed. In January 2024, the International Court of Justice found it plausible that Israel's actions in Gaza constitute genocide. The international community has failed to act in response to this finding. After significant international pressure, Israel agreed to a 3-phase ceasefire in exchange for the release of Israeli prisoners. However, Israel broke the ceasefire during the first phase by killing 155 Palestinians. Israel also reneged on the ceasefire deal by denying Palestinians the right to return back to their homes. At the same time, Israel demanded that the first phase of the ceasefire be extended. When Palestinians demanded to proceed to phase 2, the Israeli occupation minister Israel Katz threatened that the gates of Gaza will be locked and the gates of hell will be opened. On the 2nd of March 2025, Israel blocked all humanitarian aid from entering the Gaza Strip. On the 9th of March, Israel cut off the supply of electricity to the entire population of Gaza. Despite certainty that Israel is committing war crimes, amongst them the crime of genocide, Israel continues to inflict ever-increasing levels of cruelty on the people of Gaza, and the world continues to look away. Yet, despite decades of aggression, siege, and unimaginable suffering, the people of Gaza continue to resist. Their fight for justice is not over.